Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everybody, my name is Muhibur Rahman. You can call me Beaver. Today, I want to share a story about the conflict in Palestine. The long conflict between Palestine and Israel has a long and winding story. The conflict between the two neighboring countries has even driven several countries in the Middle East into the vortex of war. The crucial question is what causes Palestine and Israel to go to war, and then what is the reason Palestine and Israel to go to war. Apart from the history of the trigger for the Israel-Palestinian war, there is a simple explanation of the root causes of Israel-Palestinian conflict. Launching Compass.com, created via Folk, explaining the background of the perpetual conflict between Palestine and Israel, want to establish state on the same land. The reason Palestine and Israel are at war is that each want to acquire and control the same territory. Palestine and Israel contested its geographical area that lies between the Mediterranean Sea and the Jordan River. But this region is labeled Israel. On the current map, there is the city of Jerusalem, which is considered sacred to Palestinian Arab as well as Israel Jews. Even though this is simple, in reality the conflict that occurred between Palestine and Israel caused many thorny problems. The conflict resolution process, which has going on for decades, has resulted in other overlapping conflicts. Like the relation between Palestine and Israel, which are always hostile, even though they are side by side. Israel carries out a military occupation that makes Palestinians suffer, and Palestinian militant group terrorists. The conflict were exacerbated by the long and violent history between the two nations. Moreover, each of them has their own justification about why and what the conflict occurred during more than 70 years. So in fact, peace between Palestine and Israel is very difficult to achieve. The peace process has been going on for decades, but since the 1993 and 1995 also occurred, there has been no hope of peace between Palestine and Israel. The second Palestine and Israel conflict began in 1967 when Israel placed both Palestinian territories under military occupation.